with the Center for Immigration Studies, is that right?
That's correct, Senator.
And that's a nonpartisan think tank, is it?
It is, sir.
Okay. The border is an open, bleeding wound, isn't it?
That's a fair way to characterize what's been going on for the last 4 years, sir.
The southern border is chaotic by design, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I've been covering the border for 3 decades, and yeah, it's pretty chaotic.
Would it be fair to say that the broken southern border is man-made?
It would be fair to say that, sir, based on policies that have been implemented.
And that man's name is Joe Biden, isn't it?
That would be a fair assessment, yes, Senator.
Under President Biden, if you wait in line for legal immigration, you're a chump, aren't you?
Hey everyone, welcome back to Conservative Chronicles. Senator John Kennedy is at it again. If you thought his past questioning was intense, wait until you see this. His latest Senate grilling left a key witness completely rattled, and trust me, you don't want to miss this moment. Was Kennedy just doing his job, or did he take things too far? Let's break it all down. Alright, so here's the setup. The Senate was holding a hearing on immigration and border security.
Yes, you believe in open borders, don't you?
I believe in the rule of law, sir.
Right. And it makes you angry that President Trump does not believe in open borders, doesn't it?
Senator, I'm not here to discuss immigration policy. I'm here to discuss whether or not we use the military to enforce it.
And it makes you angry that most Americans don't believe in open borders, doesn't it?
Not in the slightest, sir. Again, I am not here to discuss the immigration policy.
Yeah. Duty, honor, respect, you talked about that
Yes,
in
Senator.
your opening statement. On October.
And border security. The witness in the hot seat? A defense expert who was there to discuss the role of the military in immigration enforcement. But as you'll see, Kennedy wasn't interested in just military policy. He went straight for the big questions.
That the broken southern border is man-made?
It would be fair to say that, sir, based on policies that have been implemented.
And that man's name is Joe Biden, isn't it?
That would be a fair assessment, yes, Senator.
Under President Biden, if you wait in line for legal immigration, you're a chump, aren't you?
Right off the bat, you can tell this is going to be intense. Kennedy wasn't pulling any punches. He asked whether the southern border crisis was man-made and even suggested that President Biden was to blame. Now, whether you agree with him or not, the witness seemed caught off guard. Watch this reaction. And then, Kennedy took it a step further, suggesting that legal immigrants were chumps for following the process while others crossed the border freely. You could see the witness struggling to respond. Now you might be thinking, why?
Did I read that accurately?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah. You think you're smarter than the American people, don't you?
Absolutely not, Senator. I am here to discuss the use of the military as part of this mass deportation.
You think you're more virtuous than the American people, don't you, General?
Senator, I am insulted by your comment.
Duty, honor, and respect. You talked about that in your opening statement, didn't you?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Moran said, I wrote down her words. She said, by their actions, you know what someone's character is like. You agree with that?
Senator, for 35 years, I served my country with absolute honor and distinction, and I will continue to do so.
Why didn't the witness just fire back? Well, he tried. When Kennedy pressed him about open borders, the witness refused to take the bait, saying he believed in the rule of law. But Kennedy wasn't letting it go. That's a loaded question if I've ever heard one. But this was the moment that had everyone talking. Kennedy brought up an old CNN interview where the witness allegedly called Trump a fascist and MAGA Republicans fascists themselves. The tension, off the charts. And when Kennedy demanded a yes or no answer, the witness just couldn't dodge it anymore, and people are split. Was Kennedy exposing hypocrisy, or was he just being a bully?
October 14th of this year, you went on CNN. I want to read you what you said, make sure I'm accurate. Here's what you said. President Trump is not like any sane leader. I'm very proud of General Milley for saying that President Trump is a total fascist. To Bob Woodward, if he, as chairman of the Joint Chiefs, is calling the president a fascist, I'm so proud of him for breaking that barrier. The challenge is because most MAGA Republicans, they don't understand what fascism is. The reality is that they are, in fact, fascists themselves. Did I read that accurately?
Senator, I am happy to discuss my personal perspectives with you separately at any time. That's not the purpose of the hearing today.
Before we get to the final breakdown, I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below. Do you think Kennedy was being fair, or did he cross the line? And while you're here, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because we're bringing you more must-see political showdowns. Here's the bottom line. Love him or hate him, John Kennedy knows how to put witnesses on the spot. Some people think he's exposing real issues, while others say he's just grandstanding.
Mr. Reichlin Melnick, you believe in open borders too, don't you?
I do not, Mr. Kennedy.
Okay. On November 1st, 2022, you tweeted, both Texas and Louisiana have their knives out for black immigrants. Do you remember that tweet?
I don't, but it's quite possible.
What Texans, it's not only possible, it happened. You're not denying it, are you?
No, I'm saying, referring
What
to the
Texans?
context.
Who
I
are you
actually
talking
don't
to?
know the
Who
context.
are you talking to about who in Texas had their knives out for black immigrants?
Guessing the context, but my suspicion is
Give
that
me
it
a
has to
name.
do the
Give me a
Attorney
name.
General Ken Paxton and
Give
the
me a
Attorney
name.
General of
Give me a
Louisiana.
name.
I just did.
You don't have a name, do you?
I just said Ken Paxton.
You don't have a name, do you? You just said it, didn't you?
Just said Ken Paxton.
All right, how about Louisiana? You said Louisiana has its knives out for black immigrants. Who in Louisiana were you talking about?
Again, I'm not certain. That was 2 years ago, and as I'm sure you know, much has happened in the last 2 years.
Well, did you say it?
Again, I do not remember the context,
But you don't.
Senator
You
Kennedy.
said somebody had their knives out from Louisiana for black immigrants, but you don't know who they were? You just said it?
I said the Attorney General of Louisiana and Texas, and I believe this referred to specifically lawsuits brought and arguments that were made in court that the arrival of Haitians
I'm out
and
of time,
others
but I
were
want to get you
inherently
on the
dangerous,
record.
which was
You
not.
Thank you very much, Senator.
No matter where you stand, one thing is clear. This hearing was one for the history books. And trust me, this isn't the last time we'll see fireworks like this in the Senate. Stay tuned for more breakdowns. All right, that's a wrap. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe for more hard-hitting political content. I'll see you in the next one.